Okay, good afternoon, YouTube and Twitch. This is Harmony Muse back with more Final Fantasy XIV. Today we're going to begin work on finishing through 2.2. You see, with each major version patch, Final Fantasy XIV extends the story from with an additional quest line. 2.0 was the original end of the game back in 2013 when A Realm Reborn launched as A Realm Reborn. Then several months later they had an expansion 2.1 which added a few features, added a few dungeons, added that story with Good King Mughal the 12th. Then 2.2 came out, added even more content, added the Aura class, added the the Aura character or race, added the rogue job, which levels up into ninja. 2.3 came out, added even more stuff, more story, and so on and so forth. So the main story that we're doing right now, that's going to be listed under my journal as probably 7th Astral Era. I stand corrected. Anyway, was the 2.2 stuff where we're dealing with the Doma refugees and potentially Leviathan. Checking some messages. Okay. The antecedent bid me tell you to make for Vesper Bay, where young Alphino awaits your coming most eagerly. It was he who requested your assistance. Some commotion or incident. I'm not privy to the details. While you do whatever it is that Alphino has planned for you, I shall endeavor to track down our traitorous brass blade. When I do, you may rest assured that we will have our answers. Hate having such an itchy nose. And while we wait, something we'll do to pass the time is set up for a queue while watching this, or while handling the story. Only 22 minutes for leveling queue today. Not bad at all. Of course, there's going to be something really crappy like Wanderer's Palace, knowing my luck. Let's stop by and get a repair out of the way while we're here, because my gear was pretty beat up. What's Alphino 1? You are late. No matter. I know where our visitors are headed. From what I have been able to gather, this vessel belongs to a band of Domans who seek an audience with the Sultana. You are familiar with Doma, yes? And Othard? Well, like the rest of the nations of the Eastern Continent, it was ruled by the Garlean Empire. Given our visitors' unannounced arrival, as well as the state of their ship, I suggest they did not leave their homeland under the best of circumstances. Needless to say, I should be very interested to hear their tale and, more importantly, what they know of the current state of affairs in the Empire. Such information could prove most useful. We would be fools to not pursue this opportunity, do you think? Come with me to Ul'dah. Unless I am mistaken, and I am rarely mistaken, we will find the Domans bickering with the Sultan sworn on the Royal Promenade. You are uncertain of your role in the proceedings? Insurance. If our guests are not themselves Imperial agents, it seems fair to assume that they may be being pursued by some. And if not, who better than you to have on hand in the event of an unforeseen diplomatic incident? but I do so enjoy your sparkling repartee. Ha 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 ha! I'm a silent protagonist. He's being a smartass. Satisfied? Good. I shall see you in Olda. Short answer? He wants me on hand in case the fertilizer hits the windmill, so he don't have to fight. So I can whip some ass and keep him safe. So in essence, I am the dumb muscle. Arrogant little shit. I guess I understand now why my sister was always so pissed off when I mouthed off when I was younger. Ah. About the only thing I am missing about being a tank, all those sweet, sweet commendations. I still get them, yes, but I don't get them like I used to. Right. Before I go and hit the dungeon, or before I go and hit the promenade and deal with the main story, I should stop by the auction house. I've been doing a bit of grinding off camera on the Palace of the Dead, so I can get my Aether Pool weapon and armor levels up a good deal. Because when you get them up to 30, you can turn that in and keep your Aether Pool weapon outside of the Palace of the Dead, and it's about item level 200 and change. Now, if you get that further up to another 60, you can upgrade your Pajali weapon into a Kenna weapon, which is like item level 260 or so. That's really, really damn good. You want that. Trying to make sure that I have a really, really good weapon on hand for when I hit level 60. Because as a DPS, as a damage dealer, I need to have the best and shiniest of gear just as much as tanks and healers do. Admittedly, their needing gear is much higher priority than mine. Okay, let's check Nodwick. And yes, I named my retainer after Nodwick the Henchman from the old series of comics in Dragon Magazine back in the day. It was a comic about a bunch of adventurers who had a henchman they took with them. His whole reason for existing was to be sent off in front of them into traps and to basically die and to be duct taped back together by the party priest. Yeah, I got a pair of bikini bottoms out of there, a rare pair. Let's see what they're worth selling for. Not much. I'll keep them for glamour. It's going quick. Don't say a damn thing. Don't jinx it. Gold sellers. Friggin' hate them. They even have a button that basically is point this person and report them for gold selling. They didn't used to have that back in the day. So that's good to see. It used to just be add to blacklist and ignore them. Well, let's see what we have. It matters not how many times you ask. Without the necessary permissions, none shall pass. Pray understand, good sir. We have not the leisure to lodge a formal petition. Time is of the essence. All I ask is that you summon your superior. Allow me to plead my case. Surely you can grant us that small kindness. Away with you and darken these doors no longer. I will not ask again. You know not what you do. I gather your pleas fall on deaf ears. A loyal man with a cold heart. I know his kind well. I hope that you will find me more to your liking. Alphino Levieur at your service, a friend. Which I believe makes me very nearly unique. In this part of the world, at least. Few indeed are your allies in Ulda, yet you will need some if you wish to endear yourselves to the wealthy and powerful. Pray, join me and my associate at the quicksand. There you may explain your situation to us, and we shall see if there is anything we can do to help. $19. Wow. Don't say anything. Let it go naturally. Sorry. As much as I'm a firm believer in the fact that there is no such thing as fate, and that a lot of things are up to random chance, I don't like jinxing things. How many times have I said, oh, I'm the last one, I should be any second now, and I've had to wait 3 or 4 minutes on camera. Street dancers. The implication is that there's supposed to be something more, but we won't get into that.
We have traveled some several thousand miles across the sea from the nation of Doma, in hopes that we might find sanctuary in these lands.
A lot more dialogue from the 2.1 to 2.5, so...
Sanctuary, Lady Yugiri?
Aye. Lying within Othard, Doma was under the dominion of the Garlean Empire, as I'm sure you are aware. When the War of Succession broke out in Garlemald, we espied an opportunity to free ourselves from the yoke of imperial oppression and took up arms. Only to be crushed. And so I gathered what few Domans escaped the reckoning and guided them hither to your shores.
A War of Succession? Then the Emperor... Forgive me. You said that Doma was under Imperial rule, did you not?
Doma is gone. Razed to the ground as an example to the other provinces.
Holy shit.
12 have mercy. And your people?
On a ship anchored in Vesper Bay, flying borrowed colors. Many were complicit in the rebellion, or akin to those who were. They will not come ashore until I send word that it is safe to do so. I sought an audience with your rulers, but was summarily refused.
The lords of Ul'dah are not wont to entertain foreign refugees without suitable encouragement.
Mayhap I was foolish to expect otherwise, but our supplies run low and we have young ones in urgent need of care. I have seen the tents outside the gates, however. We are not the first to seek asylum, nor will we be the last.
Be that as it may, Ul'dah is no friend to Garlemald. Your tale would stir the hearts of many men and women here. The Sultana and the Syndicate will not be so easily swayed, but I shall see that you are granted an opportunity to plead your case.
This is within your power?
Well, far be it from me to boast, but I do have the ear of certain influential individuals.
Namely, me.
I am in your debt.
Lady Yugiri, forgive me for observing, but your choice of attire seems like to evoke feelings of mistrust.
Men are wont to fear the unfamiliar. We know this from experience.
Then why completely cover yourself?
We seek only to spare the people of Ul'dah unnecessary disquiet.
Oh, you don't look like other people.
I shall defer to your experience, then.
I thank you for your understanding.
See, I don't know that the Ora showed up until Heavensward, maybe. But Yugiri here was the first of them.
It seems I have urgent business with the Flame General. I leave our guests in your capable hands.
Sorry about the noise you're hearing. We have a tropical storm going on outside. Yeah, and... If I may, madam, as I said earlier, we have been at sea for some several months, and our supplies are all but spent. I have not the heart to repeat the tales of our tribulations, nor would it please you to listen to them. So, suffice it to say, however, sacrifices have been made. I would assume that means people are starving so kids can eat. Though it shames me to beg for more when you have already offered so much. Desperation compels me. Good madam, if you or your associates can spare any provisions, anything at all, it would go a long way to lessen the suffering of my people. Let's see what Momodi has to say. Probably, well, Momodi is actually fairly cool. But we're going to wait to talk because we're getting... Hells, why didn't you say so sooner? Of course I'll help. You couldn't have picked a better day to tell the truth. A wealthy merchant and his entourage were due to have a banquet here on tomorrow, but just sent word they can't come. Meaning I have a boatload of food and no one to feed. Best of all, they paid for the lot in advance. Ha ha ha! Go and call on Fitter and Catherine at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Tell them I said to ship the little prince's order to the Wakened Sands. Oh, and if they argue, just show them those letters. That should set them straight. Whoa, it is coming down outside. Wow. The joys of living in Florida, everybody. You've either got hot, blistering heat or a lake for a front yard. My, that's a rather odd request. Mayhap you misheard her instructions? You know you shouldn't encourage them like this. They'll start to expect it. You mark my words. She reduced these refugees needing help to a they. To a them. When you reduce living, breathing, feeling people to a word, to an other like that, it makes it easier to fear them. And as Star Wars has taught us, fear leads to anger, and anger leads to hate. And that's about as political as I'm going to get here. She's in the business of feeding refugees now. Oh, shit. We'll talk to you in a moment. Let's see what we have on the pipe for today. See, I'm hoping it's something good. Stone Vigil hard mode. Cool, I've got a quest to turn in when we're done here. Oh lord, she glamored herself into a bikini while dungeoning. How much you want to bet that's a dude playing that character, and that one up top too? Up dying so quick in here. She might be light pulling. Yep. Now that's what I call a pull, damn it. Okay, this tank is definitely getting my props here. This is what people expect of higher tier tanks. This is what people were expecting me to do back in the Satasha days. Oh. Level sync down to that. Okay. I love that my damage as a samurai is not traditional in any way. Oh, a 21 damage one. Oh my lordy. A 2100 damage. Ah. I love being a samurai. Good God, these numbers. Oh, he dead. Ah, that was entertaining. That was fun. Krakau's of Divine Death. Mage gear. Mage gear I don't need. Water that was for high-level crafting. Well, high-level, level 50 crafting, I should say. Yep, they're dead. I'm flubbing my combos pretty bad today. Oh, you got a Jura Avis. That ain't gonna be good. Okay. Oh, they're dead too. Doing pretty damn well at this. I'm panicking. Are we waiting? How many times we gotta kill that thing? I think we're done because we just saw stuff porting or morph in right up here. There's 3 of them all. A flaming turtle. A flaming flying turtle. What the fuck do you think you are, Gamera? Apparently so. Well, there you go. Death to Gamera. Ring of Divine Death, all classes. Crap. Divine Hero. Samurai stuff. We'll agreed on it. Stuff I don't need yet, though. Okay. You're gonna make your healer have a conniption figure, man. Oh, you're making your DPS have a conniption figure. Yow, that hurt. Quite a great deal it did. But this is a hard mode of Stone Vigil, and it's kind of kicking my ass a bit. Good hit. I don't know this boss, so yeah. Is this gonna be Izgabind again? Giru. Get in there. There's two of them. What the fuck? This guy looks like friggin'. Where's the other one? Okay, you Godzilla looking some bitch. Oh, I just got 300 some odd thousand for XP just from challenges. Why did it keep... Oh, tank bailed. What do we have for loot? Lancer gear, nothing I need. God damn, already almost level 30 or 53. And 2 combos for it. Woof. Who says that DPS doesn't get commendations? Okay, and this was the guy complaining about refugees. I'll not speak for the children, but if you ask me, any man that can't earn a crust deserves to go hungry. Except that everybody doesn't want to give them jobs because they're refugees. Because... Okay. You say they need to earn their own way, but you won't give them a job. You won't help them find a job. So, basically, you want them to starve. Again, this is getting a little too political for my tastes. Because I need to go to the Waking Sands now, don't I? To deliver the food? No, I need to speak to Momody. Right. Crap. Well, that's what I get for being turned around. Wow, 41 minutes already spent to this. That must have been mostly dungeon, but we got through the dungeon in 2. Being that all that leveling and trials is making me level up so quickly, I'm gonna bypass doing it for a while. And I went the wrong ass way. Am I going the wrong way again? Yep, I am. They didn't look like a door in the low light. My bad. Goes to show that my eyes are shit. They didn't give you any trouble, did they? Good. Now go and tell Lady Yugiri it's all in hand. I dare not hope for such magnanimity, much less expect it. Mistress Momody is generous indeed. I shall be sure to thank her most humbly. Lady Yugiri, I briefed the Flame General on our situation. I think you will be pleased with his reply. Have we been granted an audience? Before the Sultana and Syndicate both. We should return to the Royal Promenade at once. You have done much for us, Master Alphino. I swear we will return the favor. Not as owed, Lady Yugiri, for naught has been given. This small favor you fairly won with your words, and it is with words that you must win the favor of the Syndicate. Then I shall choose them with care. You will be accompanying us, yes? Good. Your presence may serve to remind the Syndicate of the true meaning of philanthropy, and that nothing so unpalatable will be required of them, assuming the Domans are willing to earn their keep. Come, the Flame General awaits us on the Royal Promenade. See, they more than happily want to earn their keep, but nobody wants to hire them because they're dirty, filthy refugees. And nobody wants to help feed them because they don't have jobs. See the vicious cycle there. You can also understand why it feels a little too uncomfortably political for my tastes. I try to keep my show as You know, as free of politics as I can manage. You know, because gaming isn't an American thing, it isn't a Canadian thing. It's not an Iranian or Iraqi thing. It's not even a Japanese thing, even though the game was made by Japanese hands. It's a human thing. We will eventually hate this sumbitch right here. A pleasure. The others are already inside. Let us not keep them waiting.
Yugiri of Doma, I'm honored to meet you at last, Your Grace. To mark this auspicious occasion, I should like to present to you the finest treasures our humble nation has to offer. Alas, the circumstances which have brought me here today have divested me of both time and dignity. I come before you as a pauper in direst need of aid, to request that you grant my people asylum.
I, Nanamo, 17th in the line of U, welcome you to our city. Be at ease, Lady Yugiri. Although I myself have heard the tale of your misfortune, I would ask that you recount it once more for the benefit of the others here present.
As you wish, Your Grace. For many years, my nation, Doma, suffered under the yoke of imperial rule, and my people yearned to be free. Thus, when a war of succession broke out in Garlemald, we sought to take advantage of the chaos and reclaim our liberty.
Doma, for reference, is the name of a city-state in Final Fantasy VI, again known to most Americans as Final Fantasy III, where the samurai Sion came from, or Cyan. They were, you know, very noble warriors for fighting against the empire of that particular game, which was the Empire of Gestalt. Funny how many evil empires show up in Final Fantasy games. We had the Empire of Paramecia back in Final Fantasy II. We had the Empire of Gestalt in Final Fantasy VI. The Empire of Galbadia in Final Fantasy VIII. We had, well, they weren't an empire. They weren't an empire either. We had the Arcadian Empire in Final Fantasy XII. Final Fantasy XIV, we have the Garlemalds, the Garleans.
Alas, our enemy proved less preoccupied than we had hoped, and our rebellion was put down in the most brutal fashion.
Those who survived, how many do they number?
More than 200 souls huddle within the cramped confines of our own
200, wow.
Yet this figure accounts for but one of a number of ships which escaped the purge. It is my hope that you will allow us all to dwell within your walls. Should that prove unfeasible, however, I humbly ask that you accept as many of my people as your resources allow. Pray understand, we do not beg a boon, but propose instead an arrangement. We would serve as soldiers or tradesmen until our debt is repaid.
You see, they specifically are saying, hey, we do not want a handout, we want a chance. That's more than fair.
What are the Syndicate's opinions on this matter?
You know, they're saying, hey, we're offering to do work. We're offering to earn our keep. We're offering to do any shitty job you want us to do. We just want a job.
I, for one, think it's a marvelous idea. Lady Yugiri and her people strike me as an industrious lot, and there are parts of the city which have yet to be fully restored. If they are willing to work, I see no reason not to let them.
The head of the Mirage Trust is not known for his generosity. He sees profit in this.
Yeah, we will hate him by 2.55.
I agree. That said, these are foreign refugees. To admit them would require a formal resolution. Shall we call a vote?
The law is the law.
Lord Lolorito?
Tell me, are you blind or willfully ignorant?
We'll hate
Even
him
now,
even
our
worse.
streets are choked with the displaced victims of the Calamity and Alamigan refugees. They live hand to mouth, subsisting on aid provided by the immortal flames, the cost of which grows ever higher. The wealth of Ul'dah is not without limits, my friends. And need I remind you that these refugees are prone to violence and criminal activity?
Whoa, that's
You
Cam
have all read
Clark.
the reports, I think.
Yeah, however, most of those reports are written by the Brass Blades, who are corrupt as fuck. We've seen proof of this through every single or damn near every single interaction we've had with them, except for Foofaloop over in Horizon, which is why he's in Horizon and away from the city.
Without homes or employment, it is only a matter of time before men grow desperate and take that which they imagine has been unjustly denied them. Yet, knowing this, you would have us swell their ranks. Mayhap you think the Brass Blades and the Flames are not hard-pressed enough?
But they want unemployment. That's the whole point. That's their whole entire argument. They don't want a handout. They want a job.
Some say the chairman of the East Aldenard Trading Company passes Gil thrice daily. This may explain how he came to be the wealthiest man in Ul'dah. Or it may simply be that he's ruthless beyond reckoning.
By passes Gil, they mean that he literally shits money.
Surely the Sultanate can support the few hundred domins Lady Yugiri represents. That our resources have been taxed, I do not deny. But we are hardly in danger of financial collapse. I move that an exception be made.
An exception, Your Grace? I am suddenly reminded of a similar debate some years ago regarding a number of Alamigan refugees, if memory serves. What were your words that day? Yes, the law is the law, and so our visitors remained in Little Alamigo. Mayhap our wise and benevolent Sultana would be so good as to enlighten us as to which other of our laws should not be upheld.
Yeah, you can see he's a full-on asshole.
Mind your tongue, Lolorito.
My lord, I share your concern for the welfare of our great nation, but we must endeavor to take a longer view. You know as well as I that people can be a resource still more precious than Gil.
Precious or not, they were never yet so reliable. And unlike those who frequent your establishment, I have no desire to gamble with my future.
Yeah.
Ul'dah's greatest asset is, and has ever been, her material wealth. We risk this at our peril.
Yeah, these guys are both schemy bastards.
One need only look to Teleji Adeleji's example for evidence of the danger in allowing sentiment to dictate policy.
And here's the thing. All these rich assholes are the ones making the laws, are the ones that people can't find work, and the reasons why they're turning to crime, and thus saying, hey, look, they're turning to crime, so we can't have any more. They set this up.
How far the vaunted Mirage have fallen, both in repute and profitability, since he began employing refugees.
How I choose to conduct my affairs is not your concern, my lord.
A proposal has been tabled. Given its urgency, I move we forego further debate and call a vote. To accept the Doman refugees or not. Those in favor, I bid you remain. Those opposed, I bid you leave.
There are 7 people at the table. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Would that it were within my power to welcome you and your people, Lady Yugiri. As you have observed, however, my authority in such matters is regrettably limited. Without the consent of the Syndicate, I cannot act.
I understand, Your Grace, and I appreciate all that you have done on our behalf.
Okay, so we're seeing more and more politics here. Politics in a Final Fantasy game when I just want to kill shit.
If that bastard had not forsaken the eastern trade route, little Alamigo would now be thriving.
Why do you think he forsook it?
Oh, that you should have traveled so far under such dire circumstances, only to be refused in this manner is utterly unconscionable. Pray, accept my sincerest apologies.
We saw how openly hostile people are to refugees back early on when we had to deal with that jackass who was threatening a woman who had lawfully bought food for her children.
Now that the Empire no longer poses an immediate threat, they see little reason to maintain the pretense of unity. The Monitorists have grown especially defiant of late. Lord Lolorito most of all. But this is neither the time nor place for that discussion.
You see, this is again a very Japanese game. They like a lot of politics and a lot of social, drama in their games. So what we're dealing with here is the fact that we're dealing with essentially what amounts to class warfare. Okay, what are my rings now, or earrings now? 90s. Oh no, I have 120s because I went and splurged on them. Okay. As you've observed, Lord Lolorito is not afraid to speak his mind, nor is he like to change it. Oft I had wondered how a man so skilled at weighing the worth of things should be so incapable of seeing the value in people. Bah, I will waste no more words on him, not when the Domans are yet in need of aid. Everyone, follow me to the Hall of the Flames. Oh, don't get me wrong, there's also awesome badassery to happen. It's just that they also have to have their politics. At the rate I'm going, I'm gonna damn near need to go do my 54 quest soon. Oh, a guildmate. Let's see what Robon has for us. Yugiri, okay. The Syndicate has spoken, and I see no point in moving the matter be reconsidered. The Monitorists have made their position clear. Yes, there's 2 factions in Ul'dah. The Royalists, who support the Queen, or the Sultana, and the Monitorists, who are basically in it for the money, and are unabashedly so. Agreed. Ul'dah is not an option. Neither are Limsa or Gridania, I judge, given their state of internal affairs. Which leaves our Doman friends confined to a ship. Gods, the thought of them huddled in an airless hold with no hope of better treatment. Would that I had more time to find an alternative, a place not bound by the concerns of the great nations. Menphilia, that is precisely what I wish to discuss. I understand the Syndicate's decision, I do. We all wish to preserve that which is ours, especially when we believe it to be under siege. But I cannot meekly accept this judgment, not while my people suffer. Would it be out of the question for the Sultana to accept this for a limited time? A week? Mayhap even just a few days. Excellent. I shall keep you informed. Lady Ugiri, I have a proposal if you would hear it. Out with it, Alpha Node. The headquarters of my order, the Science of the Seventh Dawn, stand in a place called Revenant's Toll, an outpost in Mordona. Like most outposts, it is frequented by mercenaries and other men of action, and lacks the comforts of more well-established establishments. However, the leaders of Revenant's Toll have been doing their utmost to change that. To that end, they have need of able-bodied individuals willing to work as frontier hands, hard labor lest you doubt, with naught save food and shelter by way of reward. Terms not unlike those which you yourself propose, Lady Ugiri. Though I will not hear a word said against our beloved Ul'dah, Revenant's Toll would offer certain advantages, the absence of unhelpful bureaucracy being among the most obvious. If they can accommodate us as well, we shall gladly accept. Master Alphino, once again I am in your myself in your debt. Pray do not thank me, my lady. The life your people go to is one of hard labor and few comforts. And before that remains a small matter of how they may safely be born there, which will be no small feat considering the distance and their present condition. Mayhap the Olden Adventurers Guild can be of assistance. Look for me there shortly. Lady Ugiri, if you and your people would accompany me, may we discuss what aid the Immortal Flames can provide. Again, sorry people, but yeah, politics. We're helping a bunch of refugees, so wee-ha. We'll go ahead and put the roulette on. 17 minutes, no shit. Everybody's doing their trials. That's good for me. We are concerned that the Doman refugees may find the journey to Revenant's Toll too much to bear. Too long have they been questioned aboard their ship, with insufficient supplies and scarce room enough to breathe, let alone stretch their limbs. With that in mind, Mr. Momedy has kindly offered to accommodate the Domans until such time that they are ready to set out to Mordana. Those healthy enough to travel will embark as soon as transportation has been secured, while those too weak to leave at once will be permitted to stay until they regain their strength. She's a stand-up little lady, she is. What news? Transportation remains the greatest obstacle, General. Is there not the Immortal Flames can do? I fear that exceeds our mandate. Were it a smaller number, mayhap it would go unnoticed, but the Syndicate will not bear the cost of escorting more than 200 Domans to Mordana. When government fails to act, responsibility falls on us private citizens. I will engage the services of the 77 caravans on the Doman's behalf. Very well. We shall begin contract negotiations at once. Your generosity is most welcome, my lord. After all that has befallen these people, it is the least I can do. Come what may, you shall ever have a friend in Ul'dah, Lady Ugiri. And you in Revenant's Toll, my lord. Well, it sounds like we all have work to do. Lady Ugiri, let's put our heads together and settle the details of our arrangements, shall we? Nod, 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 nod. Mistress Momedy is quite right. There is much work to be done. I would have you go visit Gigion, the 77th Caravan representative in Scorpion Crossing, to ensure that everything goes according to plan. Already down to just 30 people. Wow, shit goes quick. Leveling queue needs healers. Trials need tanks. Need tanks. Just one day I would love to come in and see that they need DPS, but that will never, ever, 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 ever happen. And that time elapsed because I started saying something, went from 17 to 19 to 22. That's what happens when you get hopeful. Now that I think about it, I'm reasonably sure that the Ora race, that is to say the dragon people, didn't come into things until Heavensward. I say that because the reveal of Lady Yuguri's face later on was a really, really big thing. And I went the wrong ass way. So that begs the question, how is there such a thing as an ass way, and how can one be right? Welcome, madam, welcome. May I say what an honor and a privilege it is to serve you. Our finest carriages have been set aside for your use, each of which will be driven by highly experienced coachmen, save for one. Beg pardon? Why not all of them? Well, there was an incident, you see. Nothing bad, I hasten to add. But I had no choice but to discipline the fellow responsible. At last he proved unduly discouraged by this, and elected to leave our employ. A pity, really. He was so familiar with the route in question. Why, under different circumstances, it is very likely that I would have chosen him to see this very caravan. Ah, a thought occurs to me. You're an accomplished adventurer, are you not? Then mayhap you could go to the coffer and coffin and persuade the fellow in question to return? Needless to say, noble madam, I would never suggest such a thing were it not in your best interest. It is just a venture of such import that it would seem to me to demand the very best, would you not agree? So you scratch my back, I shave yours, basically. And now the 17 that went to 19 to 22 is now 24. That's what I get for opening my friggin' mouth. Yeah. People are dropping from a... 1 or 2 people trickling into something that needs 4 DPS. Yeah, that's a shit show. There you got people dropping and other people joining. Lead your van? Bugger off. My driving days are done. Gigion saw to that. Wouldn't listen when I tried to tell him what happened. Report it to the Blades, he says. Snort. It was the goddamn Blades that took my stuff in the first place. To him, it's all excuses and whining, of course. Tells me I've got to pay for the missing goods out of my own friggin' pocket. The nerve of that bastard. Sworn only his stuff was robbed. They even took me ring, and I was going to give that to me last, you know. But does he give 2 shits about me and what I lost? Does he? Bollocks. Well, leave it to me. You mean to say you'll take care of it? Get my stuff back and everything? Praise the 12. Things are really starting to look up. I hear tell the Horse Sons took it all somewhere to Nafika's Wells. Shouldn't be too hard to find. Tain't like they've got to hide their doings, being blades and all. But you best be careful, miss. They ain't like to return what they took just because you ask polite. So I gotta go beat the shit out of some cops. What was 20 is now 30 is now 26, but it trickled in piecemeal. That ain't good. That does not bode well for me running a main scenario. Unfortunately, you can only queue for 1 roulette at a time. And I'm really looking forward to when version 4.1 is released, or patch 4.1, because they're adding a 24-man roulette. And I really want to show you something that big someday, because that would be amazingly chaotic. Here's a skeevy looking brass blade. I don't like your face, missy. Makes me want to do things to it, and I reckon my mates feel the same way. Ain't that right, lads? Aw, Corrupt Popo want to have some fun. Useless weaklings, out of the way! I yield! It's all yours, just don't hurt me, please! Okay, now we gotta go... Oh, 22 people. Now, so 4 people did pop for that one. Okay, good. See, I'm not doing my obsessive compulsiveness about fates right now. For one reason. I don't need to anymore. I'm already a second Louis. So, you see the brass blades, the town guard, are in the pocket of the syndicate and are barely more than corrupt bandits themselves. They kind of pull a bunch of drugs out of the back of their belt pocket and say, "Oh, look what we found on your caravan. we're gonna have to confiscate the whole thing. Or you could pay us a little bit of a bribe and we'll let you on your way. Hey, it's you. Any luck finding them blades what robbed me? Well, here's your shit. And here's your ring. 12's bless you, miss. Now I can settle accounts with Gigayan. Oh, the 14 that was 17 that was 22 is now 28. I'll make my way to Scorpion Crossing straight away. Looking forward to working with you. And is now 21. So that's the dungeon dealing with the shit show. Okay. That gives me bad hope. Or 20 rather. The woman of the hour. I hoped you might persuade him to return, but to go so far as to recover the stolen shipment, I must say that was a welcome surprise. Pray inform Master Alphino that our preparations are complete and we await his orders. 18, going more quickly. And back to the quicksand. Ring around the rosy. Okay, going quickly. This is good, this is good. No shirt, no shoes, no service. Reminds me of an old redneck country song I once heard. But on the way to working at the call center job I had back in 2001, it was, or it might have been later than that, I can't remember. Anyway, it went, men no shirt, no service, ladies no shirt, no charge. No further delays, I trust? Excellent. I should leave more tasks in your capable hands. One on which note, the Hourglass is now ready to receive the Domans, which means our next order of business is to ensure their safe passage to Ulda. Okay. I've already got rings of these. I don't need a 90 earring. Got 120 because I was an impatient shit. Okay, Master Alpha is might send you to Vesper Bay. As we speak, the Domans are being ferried to Vesper Bay, after which they will be transported by carriage to Ulda. Alas, while our plans have proceeded relatively smoothly until now, efforts to coordinate the refugees' preparations have met with less success. I would have you return to Vesper Bay and facilitate the process through tasks great and small. In short, whatever must needs be done, do it. Speak with Hozan when you arrive. He was dedicated leader of the first group. Again, more busy work. But busy work for a reason. I mean, anybody who's ever played World of Warcraft or any other game has had a quest, go here, kill enemies, pick up thing, bring it back. But couching it behind, oh, a bunch of corrupt guards confiscated our shipment, we're going to sell it off. If you want me to do your job for you, you need to go get my stuff back for me, because the guards won't help me because they did it. It's very much a get out of things as much as you put into it moment. Now, your average MMO grinder type, who's just in it to progress and to get to where they can get the best of the best gear, is not going to read all that. They're just going to skip all the dialogue and get right to doing the quest. And think it's just the same as anything they ever did in World of Warcraft. Or in MapleStory, or in Ion, or Rift, or take your pick. Star Wars The Old Republic is similar. They managed to make a fully voiced game with quests that boil down to bring me 10 bare asses. Don't get me wrong. I love Star Wars The Old Republic, or I did when I played it. But the bulk of the quests ended up boiling down to go kill so many enemies and bring me back their tails or their teeth or their scrotums or something similar. Now this game, even though I've done all of this questing before, I've done what we're doing before, you can tell that I'm still emotionally invested in it. Oh, it's a young man, okay. Greetings. Alpha Note informed me that a scion would be arriving to help with the preparations. I am honored to meet you, though shamed as well. A great warrior should not be tasked with such trivialities. I knew from a glance what manner of woman you were. I too have some skill at arms, as do many of our people. Little good it does us when our enemies are the elements and starvation. An act so simple as carrying a heavy crate is beyond the capabilities of our healthiest men, believe it or not. Pray, forgive this trifle, but would you bring to me the aforementioned crate on the docks? There is no one else to whom I can turn. Well, you're gonna have to wait. I've got to go kill some people first, buddy. Hope you don't mind starving for a little bit while I go get some tombstones. Now, I can't help but wonder. I'm low enough to where I can hit the skip. It's Castor Meridianum. This is going to be quick. My God. A pimp named Slickback? Oh my God. What are we doing? We're fiddle fucking around apparently. Oh, and a pimp named Slickback is the tank. Holy shit. That's just as ignorant as one could imagine. If you can't see what's going on, that's perfectly understandable. Neither can I. Oh my god. I am not the only samurai here. I am the lowest tier samurai here, that's for sure though. Yeah, they died real good. Holy shit. That's what happens when your party knows what the hell they're doing. Chaos and yeah, when you can't see what you're doing because of all of the death and gore happening. Oh my god, and all that time that we were killing all that. We forgot a step. Fellas, we forgot a step. Fighting them up here? What are we doing? Oh, we're having a Chinese fire drill, aren't we? Oh wait, that's actually a fairly racist term. Disregard that I said that. We don't have our explosives, people. You can know these people haven't done this dungeon in a while, or half of them haven't. $1,000, 2 $1,000, 3 $1,000, 4 $1,000, 5 $1,000, 6 $1,000, 7 $1,000, 8 $1,000, 9 $1,000. Thanks for waiting on me, shithead. This is normal. This sort of chaos and silliness is normal. Ha ha ha! That's funny. Oh, we're not fighting them here. Okay. We're pulling the whole son of a bitchin' group? Am I seeing this correctly? I am seeing this correctly, no shit. Oh my god! Never seen a full pull from that door all the way to here. That was beautiful. There we go, they're here now. Got 2 samurais and a red mage out of 4 DPS. Says something right there, don't it? This is the most disorganized I've seen this dungeon before. What the hell is going on here? With a group like this, we're probably not even going to be using the tank stuff. Or the... I was running. Now we have tanks as durable as we do. We just nope past that area and do this little number. Now it's time for the boss. Okay, we know this fight will basically let somebody beat on her while we get the tank, while we get... Whatever you all do, let the cannons wait until they're all fully loaded before we fire. God damn it. Okay, well, I might have broke form there. Oh well. Okay, we got that done. Now comes the good fight. Time to wreck us. Time to wreck her again and again and again and again. I like wrecking her. After what she did to Narashia, after what she did to Plant Buddy, she deserves to die. And she dead. Been a minute 42, okay. Thanks all for the run. We'll give a pimp named Slickback our commendation. Crass name true, but it's a reference to an old TV series I used to be a fan of called The Boondocks. Okay, so now I'll go collect your crate. I have no more time to do any more roulettes today. It was over here. Aw, children. Or those young women. Might be teenagers. I don't know. Is that a crate I spy in your arms? Pray, give it to me quickly. The contents are dear. Feel something heavy shifting. I thought my strength something restored, but that is clearly not the case. By the gods, the armor! How could this have happened? 'Twas bestowed upon my armor for feats of valor. Every scale forged by a master smith, guaranteed to withstand the test of time, or so we thought. The armor must have shifted within its confines during the long sea voyage. Many scales came loose, and there are holes in the bottom of the crate, through which four missing scales I count must have fallen. It can be repaired in time, but only if we recover those scales. Please, madam, retrace your steps and collect any scales you come across. So this is a literal ring around the rosy. Very much back and forth and back and forth. I wonder why I put my hand behind my head like this. My neck gets sore with this headset on. I like to rest my head against something, but I can't rest my head fully all the way back because A, I can't see the screen this way because my glasses are like right here, and B, I don't want to give you a prize view right up my nose. I know not how I can face my father should those scales be forever lost. Bless you, madam. I am in your debt. All that remains of Doma now are our mementos and memories. I can only hope that when such keepsakes are lost to us, Those memories will be enough. Hosen has another favor to ask of you. Now we have the little children. While you were seeing to that crate, the other members of my group finished preparing their belongings for shipment. Once all the carriages arrive, we can begin loading. Oh, but you needn't concern yourself with that. We can manage with the coachman's help. Rather, I would like you to help round up the children that have been given into my care. My son Yosen can tell you more. They're probably playing hide and seek. Oh, hello there. I'm Yosen, son of Hosen. Will you be coming with us to Ulda? I hear we're traveling by horse-bird-drawn carriage. But don't you think they're queer? Giant birds that people ride like horses? I still want to try riding one, but... What's that? You're looking for the others? Don't worry, I already told them to get ready for the carriages. They need your help, though. We were just finishing a game of hide and seek. 3 players are still in hiding, and since Lady Yugiri told us to take it really seriously, they won't move until they're found. But Vesper Bay isn't that big. I bet you can find them in no time. They take their hiding really seriously, told by essentially their princess. And they have martial skill. How do I put this bluntly? They're the ninjas. Come on, kids. Ollie, ollie, oxen free. It's time to quit this silly crap. How'd you find me? Bah, I guess I need to practice more. Or maybe you're just good at this? I mean, the Garleans didn't find me. Okay, every nook and cranny. Just what the hell is a cranny anyway? Hiding child. Are you playing? Ah, no fair. Yosan didn't say anything about adults. Huh. We get to ride on a horsebird carriage? I don't know. It sounds scary, but if Yosan says it's safe, I'll go. Now to find the third. Maybe if I had a creepy van and candy, they'd come out to look for me. They're not outside the walls. Didn't we already look in here? Do you believe we did? There we go. Hey, you're not Yosen. Who are you? I'm Koharu. Oh, that's your name? I didn't know anyone else was... Wait a minute. You're one of those, stallions, aren't you? No, Scions. Then you must know Lady Yugiri, right? Isn't she great? She's really good at hide and seek, too. Oh, right. It's almost time to go. Nice meeting you. You know, more and more hint drops that, yeah, they're ninja. Wonderful. All the children are accounted. Hide and seek? Ah, I see that you're curious. It's quite simple, really. Lady Yugiri thought it best that the children know what to do in case the Garleans found us. I should hope that those days are behind us, but I nevertheless take comfort in knowing that we are prepared. Actually check something real quick. Oh. Maybe. Something going on there, Mom? Okay. Woad Blue. All of the carriages have arrived, but my father, stubborn to the last. He is refusing to leave. It's the smell of the chocobos. Many of us find it difficult to bear, but he can't abide it. To be honest, I find it odd that I've yet to meet an Eorzean who shares our sentiments, other than the waitress at the Pist Piest. Mayhap she has a means to address the smell. Might you go and see what she knows? Okay. A blacksmith doing squat thrusts in a bar. Okay. The Domans are sickened by how the chocobos smell. Well, I know just how they feel. Carriage rides make me more queasy than boat rides because of that alone. Why not try using this perfume to mask the smell? I can't promise it'll help, though. I swore off carriages ages ago. Too much vomiting. Try something here. Well, my dear mother said that I have time to do one more trial if I want to. Let's go ahead and first let's do this the hard old-fashioned way and go for the howling. Wait, I can't do one of that one. Okay. We'll go ahead and just settle for a leveling trial. Alright. 15 minutes! Which we know is going to end up being 30, because it always is. And... okay. Hey, what in the seven hells are you doing to my birds? Dousing them with gods know what alchemical concoctions. That ain't right. They're skittish creatures at heart. Get them riled up and they're liable to go every which way but the one you want. Explain yourself. Well, what's done is done. Reckon you'd best make sure it did the trick before you call the old man over. Get in there and take a good long whiff. Don't be shy now. Hey, let's have a good big smell of chocobo butthole, shall we? Ha ha ha! Like some vial of flower water will cover a chocobo's musk. Bless your heart, lady. You're going about this the wrong way. Other than pouring perfume on everything what offends your olfactory senses, do it like the gobbies do. What, you don't know my meaning? Or you ain't never traded tongue flops with a gobby trader? I'm talking about their masks, lady. Gobbies don't care much for the air around these parts, hence why they wear them contraptions. They pack them with herbs and whatnot. Here, take this scarf, splash a few drops of that there perfume on it, and tell the old man to tie it around his face like so. Of course, you better hope you don't hate the perfume, too. So we've got a cranky old man being a cranky old man. Try as I might, I can't convince my father to board the carriage. Have you any ideas how we might deal with the chocobo smell? Of course, why did I not think of that? Such a simple, elegant solution. We should take this to my father at once. Now where is Hosen? That's a big old bird. Oh. That's a chocobo on that big old bird. I'd like one that big someday. But of course, as the old saying goes, it's not the size, it's how you use it. It was a happy coincidence that Falcon's perfume was made from peach blossoms. At first, my father scoffed, but one sniff was enough to put his mind at ease. Oh, if only you could have seen our orchards, so vast, so vibrant. Foreign merchants clamored to our fruits, so great was our reputation. It is past time we move on, though. The carriages are waiting. Okay, so give me some money. At long last, Hosen and his group are ready to leave Vesper Bay. The first caravan is due to depart shortly, followed by the rest at regular intervals. My family and I will be traveling in the lead carriage, along with young Koharu, whom I believe you've already met. Though I understand the road to Olda is regularly patrolled by your brass blades, it would give us great comfort if you would agree to accompany us on our journey. Once again, I thank you for your kindness. When you are ready to leave, please inform our coachman. Is this going to be an escort quest? Because I smell an escort quest, and I hate escort quests. The bane of my existence. Eager to be off, are you? I was meaning to have a word with you about that. Runner from the Blade says we might have a problem. Fierce-looking beastie's been sighted to the south of the bridge to Hammerley. Might be as someone's eyes are playing tricks on him, of course. But it don't pay to gamble in this business. Now, I know you can handle yourself in a fight, but this lot here is another story. So I was thinking you might go ahead and have a quick look around and make sure the area is safe. And if you come across something dangerous, you know what to do. And when you're satisfied the way's clear, meet us outside Horizon. The Blades tell me the road there is safe, so I reckon we can make it that far on our own. Assuming those same bastards don't try to rob us, that is. Remember earlier in the quest chain where they did exactly that to that same guy. Okay. $36, going quickly. And there I jinxed myself. Here's our destination. Heal an eye upon you. Oh, an Araman. And to Horizon. I am not liking the sound of that storm outside. I'm surprised you pay for living in Florida, I suppose. There's our coach fellow. So there was a beastie. Was being the operative word, eh? Ha ha ha! Well fought, madam. Well fought. If only I were in better health, I should have been proud to stand at your side. Pay my son no mind. He forgets his responsibilities preclude acts of daring do. Be that as it may, I cannot help but envy you. Had we been able to call upon heroes of your strength and skill in Doma, things would have been very different. But we cannot change the past. Those who fought and fell are forever lost to us. Lost but not forgotten. Lady Yuguri's kinsman least of all. They fought fiercest, though they know full well it was in vain. She had every right to walk away, but she chose to stay. Food, shelter, and the promise of a better life. All this and more we owe to her. How does one even begin to repay such a debt? In kind, Father. To she who has been given everything, we shall give our all. Whatever work there is to be done shall be done without question. Digging, bricklaying, it matters not. Revenant's toll will grow and prosper by our hands. They just knocked the old dude on his ass. What do the little kids want? Yeah, oh yeah, they knocked the old man on his ass. Yay! Miss Wilhelmina, Koharu and I want to know why you became an adventurer. They go wither the wild rose blooms. Mentioning the signs of the seventh dawn name. So you like roses? I think I understand. I mean, they're nice and everything, but don't they grow in lots of places? It's my turn now. Excuse me, I've got a question. What's Revenant's Toll like? Is it pretty? It's home to the signs of the seventh dawn. Itching ear. I really need to get my hair cut. Oh, so you live there with your friends? That means you'll always be there to protect us? Enough, Koharu. It's my turn again. Miss Wilhelmina, when I'm older, I want to be strong like you. What do I have to do? 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and a 10-kilometer run every single day. I'm saying train every day. Aha! So my father was right. How do you do it then? Come on, tell me, and don't leave anything out. All right, that's enough questions for her. That's not fair. Why does Yozen get to ask 2 questions? I want to know about adventuring just as much as he does. Just one more, please. Do you think I could be an adventurer like you one day? Nod, nod, nod. Really? Then I will. Thanks for the advice. I won't forget it. I'm going to be an adventurer too. When we get to Revenant's Toll, let's make an adventurer's guild for Domans. Oh god, it's the Kinderguardians from Final Fantasy X-2 all over again. We'll protect our friends and punish the wicked, just like her and Lady Yugiri. Yes, just like her and Lady Yugiri. Can we talk more about it in the carriage on the way? Will you be joining us? Alrighty. That was silly. All of the silly. Chocobo drawing wagons that are supported by balloons. Figure that shit out somehow. And here we are right by... Okay. Speak with Alphino at the quicksand. This is just getting friggin' goofy. But I'm having fun with it. Let's see what Alphino has to say. Down to 16. Okay. I don't see how they're expecting to make 16 people go down the list in 4 minutes. So you know it's going to be more like 20 or 30. Anyway, I'm not going to trip on it. Ah, I take it the first group has arrived? Excellent. Is there anything else? No. I have matters well in hand here. You and Lady Yugiri should travel to Revenant's Toll forthwith. And rings. Do I? Okay, that will be replacing a Dark Light Band of Striking. I need a band of... Okay. It is past time Lady Yugiri met with guild representatives at Revenant's Toll. Since I do not foresee any further matters arising here in Thanalin which might require your personal attention, I would instead have you serve as an escort to the Doman delegation for the duration of the journey. Speak first with Slaffborn upon your arrival. He is the one whom the Domans will be working with most closely, I should think. Afterwards, introduce Lady Minfilia to Lady Yugiri to Minfilia and the guild emissary. If both meetings go well, the resulting ties should stand the Domans in good stead for that which is to come. Safe travels. So, time to go to Slaffborn, so... repair. Make sure while I'm there to repair. Surprised you're wanting to watch past 2 hours. Normally you get bored with this. Okay. And this must be the esteemed Lady Yugiri and her associates. I greet you all as friends and bid you welcome to the Toll. I would hope you do not find our dearth of fineries off-putting. Poor though we may seem, we have a wealth of spirit and camaraderie to spare. You see, race and creed don't enter into it here. We welcome all sorts, provided they are willing to help earn their keep, of course. We are no strangers to hard work, Master Slaffborn. You may rest assured that we will carry out your orders with due diligence. Oh, not for a moment did I doubt your commitment, my lady. Pray, understand, I give the same speech to all new arrivals. You needn't bow your head or call me master either. We are both frontier hands as far as I'm concerned. As you wish, Slaffborn. May this meeting mark the beginning of a long and fruitful relationship. Our guests have yet to meet the antecedent. 7 hells! Why are you wasting time with me? Go take them to the Rising Stones. Down to 9. Maybe so. To whom much is given, much is expected. Forgive me. I require a moment to compose my thoughts before meeting with your leader. We shall join you at the Rising Stones soon. I've got one of those. I'll actually show it to you. Myself a regular chocobo, a fat chocobo, Magitech armor, a curl, one of them Aramon eyeball thingies, and I got a behemoth. Nora says no entry, and we're just going right on in. Have going on here. Tataru is wondering about food, Doman food. Papalimo is talking about culture. Hori Boulder is lifting for Flamin. And bragging on himself to an old lady. He's complaining about how the ship looked like a chunk of shit, which it really was. Down to 6. I really probably shouldn't be going in there yet, because that dungeon is going to pop any moment. 'Tis no use. Our attempts to reach the students of Baldessian continue to meet with failure. Urian J has explored other avenues of inquiry, but they too have yielded nothing. The students of Baldessian being the scholars that have been helping them so far with old knowledge. We will persevere, of course, yet within our hearts the truth is clear. We are but awaiting confirmation of what we already know. How fare the Domans? I am given to understand you were kept quite busy in Vesper Bay. Mayhap you question the wisdom of aiding refugees when the primal threat remains unsolved? I should not blame you if you did, nor would I deny this matter falls outside our normal purview. Be that as it may, I could not ignore the plight of the refugees, nor not when it was within our power to help them. Shit. Oh, this is a shit show party. I'm joining in progress. This is gonna be nasty. I don't like joining dungeons in progress for this reason. I'm gonna have to drop that requirement. They killed it though. Nothing I need, but good for the paladin. Oh, not really good for the paladin, considered level 30 something. They don't need that. And it's LL0 again. No shit. Small world. We saw that guy in Amdapur, or Lost City of Amdapur last night. Lost my game today. Might have been somebody they booted. I can't say for sure. And judge not. Looks like I'm about to hit level 53. I'm gonna give it to Hell Zero there. Yes, I'm giving a commendation to Lucifer, if only because he's being a competent tank. And because the white mage is doing what white mages do. Okay. A fairly fast Totaract so far. Well, for Totaract. I was damn near tanking that. Hello. I'm going to give that one to the healer if they don't run off too quick. Yep. Good that I gave it to the healer. Hello Zero was out of there in record time. No combo for me. Ah, well. I need to get level 53. Anyway, it's been almost 2.5 hours. I'm going to call it for now. I need to get up, stretch my legs, get some feeling back in my backside. I'll be with y'all later. Thank y'all for watching. Like, follow, and subscribe if you enjoyed the show. This has been Harmony Muse, and I will be back later tonight. Wait a minute. Today is, what, Wednesday? Yeah, I'll be back later tonight. Thank you and have a good one.